Hey everybody, Eric Crawford from the KFC Yum Center, where the University of Louisville basketball team has lost to Notre Dame, the other team in the ACC cellar, with the Cardinals 72-50 here Wednesday night. I'm not going to even talk a whole lot about the game. You've seen the script before. Notre Dame's best offensive player on an offensively challenged team, no less, was able to get loose and make a bunch of three-pointers, and Louisville didn't execute a game plan for that and hasn't really made anybody uncomfortable on offense all season. It's the same old story. The problem with this loss is that it was a winnable game. Louisville came into this game actually favored in the point spread and loses this one, and that makes it even tougher. It's an opportunity lost, and for Kenny Payne, it's just a bad look for a team to come out listless in this situation and not perform and not show the kind of effort it needed to show. It's tough because his opportunities to show improvement are dwindling. And this team had shown some improvement during the second half of its conference season, but this is a step backward. Ty Lord Johnson came back today, Sky Clark came back. It just doesn't look good. And I've said earlier, I don't see any scenario where Kenny Payne gets his way back. Has been a scenario, and that is to win a bunch of games, add some big time recruits, and maybe make some staff change at the end of the season. There was a route for him to get back, believe it or not. Even those who thought there was no way, there was a way. At this point, it's hard to see because, listen, it's no longer a basketball decision. And even if it were a purely basketball decision, it would be a tough call to make, but it's not, because this game, I happened to take a trip around the upper concourse here at the KFC Yum Center. I'm going to show you some pictures. I mean, concession stands closed, seats empty. There's just, it's more than just a basketball decision. At this point, it's a business decision. It ceases to be just about basketball when you become the anchor tenant in a municipally funded downtown arena, and the city counts on you for revenue, and it's more than just your athletic department, which counts on you for considerable revenue in this building. There's money at stake, and the situation as it exists right now is just not tenable. It's tenable to the end of the season. It doesn't make sense. I know a lot of people are clamoring. I don't think there's any need to do anything just tonight or tomorrow, but believe me, people at U of L hear what fans are saying, and all of that is kind of churning. I don't know that I can say for sure, but I know that I think that we're on a collision course with another change here in Louisville basketball, and the only variable is time, and time is growing short to turn this thing around. Kenny Payne was asked tonight several questions about his job security, about whether he thought things could be turned around, whether he believed still that they were doing the right things to turn them around, and here's some of what he had to say.
Not really worried about my job security. I'm only concerned with how do I get these guys to play better. My mentality is that I want to win every day. I want to win tomorrow in practice. I want to win tomorrow in film session. I want to do the things to help these young players get to where they need to get to. I want them to become a better team. I want them to love each other and play and respect each other. So when you say you want me to tell you why do I think it could be turned around? Because these are young people and anything's possible. We work really hard. We believe in what we do. We're not perfect, but I think these kids care about being good basketball players. I think they care about this city. I think they care about this university, the community. I think they want to make people proud. But with that comes something, and the word is a sacrifice. It has to consume you.
All right, that's it from here. I don't have a lot to add. There's not a whole lot of hope I can give you, except that changes, I believe, are coming. And I believe that. I can't tell you that 100% for sure. I think there are some powerful constituencies that are even now having discussions and perhaps debates over what to do. I know that's hard for a lot of fans to believe, but I can't tell you with 100% certainty what's going to happen. come the end of the season. I know what I think, you know what I think, but I can't see every scenario from where I am, and I know that within the university's larger community and larger leadership, there are some real issues that are still being worked out with what to do with this situation. But I also know what I see with my eyes, what I take pictures of, what you can experience in this building, and that is that this isn't Louisville basketball, and it's not something that's good for the community or the university. So something major has to be done, and I believe it will in the end. We'll just have to wait and see how that all works out. But a tough night again for Louisville basketball in a season of tough nights. I believe this is 21 losses in this building for Louisville basketball since Kenny Payne took over as coach, and that's not including the exhibition losses, which were their own problems in their own way. So I can throw you out a lot of stats. We're not going to do that. I do hope you'll join us on Thursday, Rick Bozich and I, on Overtime, our webcast at WDRB+. We'll talk more about this. We'll talk about UK's trip to LSU and a lot more going on in sports here in the city. Hope you will be a part of that. If you haven't already watched it, download the app, WDRB+, and give us a try on that. We'll have more. I'll have a column on this up at some point. I feel like going through Mammoth Cave. All the times I've toured it, and you keep descending and descending and descending and think, we got to be close to the bottom, and you reach a landing and you think, we're here at the bottom, and the guard says, okay, we're almost there. It's my only message I can give you. We're almost there. Thank you again very much for watching during a tough season. Always appreciate it. Eric Crawford, WDRB Sports.